Write an engaging and emotional story based on the title. The son returned to the hospital early, and realized that his wife was putting his mother in danger. Begin the story with hook who joints the viewers at the end. Immediately capture attention, also motive viewers to like video and subscribe the channel. Develop the plot with emotional depth and relatable characters, including key challenges and their resolutions. Ensure the story maintains a smooth pace suitable for an 400-minute YouTube video, leaving a strong, inspiring message by the end. Plain paragraphs but long story as you can based on 3,000-word estimate. Imagine this: you're rushing through the sterile corridors of a hospital, heart pounding, only to freeze at the door of your mother's room. What you see shatters your world. Your own wife, the woman you vowed to love forever, standing over your frail mother's bed, her hand hovering dangerously close to the foredrip, a look of cold determination in her eyes. If that doesn't send chills down your spine, stick around because this is the story of the son returned to the hospital early, and realized that his wife was putting his mother in danger. It's a tale of betrayal, redemption, and the unbreakable bonds of family that will leave you reflecting on your own life. If you're hooked already, smash that like button and subscribe for more heart-wrenching stories that remind us what really matters. Hit the bell so you never miss an upload. Alex Thompson had always been the dutiful son, the one who balanced a demanding job as a software engineer with the endless responsibilities of family life. At 35, he was married to Sarah, his college sweetheart, and together they had 2 young kids who filled their home with laughter and chaos. But lately, the laughter had faded. Alex's mother, Elena, a vibrant 68-year-old widow, had been battling a rare autoimmune disease for months. It started with fatigue, then joint pain that left her bedridden, and now she was in the hospital for what doctors called a critical stabilization phase. Elena needed constant monitoring. Her medications were a delicate cocktail that could tip her fragile body into crisis if mishandled. Sarah had volunteered to help with the hospital visits. "You work so hard, Alex," she'd said, kissing his cheek. "Let me take some shifts. Your mom and I will be fine." Alex trusted her implicitly. Sarah was a nurse herself, after all, working part-time at a local clinic. She knew her way around IVs, monitors, and patient care. It seemed perfect. But deep down, Alex sensed the tension. Sarah and Elena had never quite clicked. Elena, with her old-world values from her Italian roots, often critiqued Sarah's modern parenting style or her career choices. "A mother should be home with her children," Elena would say, not realizing how it stung. Sarah bit her tongue, but the resentment simmered. That fateful Tuesday, Alex wrapped up a meeting early. His boss had cancelled the afternoon session, giving him a rare window to surprise his mom at the hospital. He stopped by a florist on the way, picking up Elena's favorite sunflowers, their bright petals a stark contrast to the gloom he felt about her condition. As he approached room 412, he heard voices, Sarah's, sharp and unfamiliar, laced with anger. He paused outside the door, peeking through the small window. What he saw made his blood run cold. Sarah was adjusting Elena's foreline, but not in the careful way a nurse should. Her fingers trembled as she fiddled with the drip rate, increasing it far beyond the prescribed level. Elena lay there, eyes half closed, murmuring weakly, "Sarah, please, it hurts." Sarah's face was twisted in frustration. "You always make everything so difficult," she hissed under her breath. "If you'd just go quietly." Alex's world tilted. Was this real? His wife, putting his mother in danger? He burst in, flowers dropping to the floor. "Sarah! What the hell are you doing?" Sarah spun around, her face paling. "Alex? You're early." She quickly readjusted the four, but it was too late. Elena's monitor beeped erratically, her heart rate spiking. Nurses rushed in, alerted by the alarm. Chaos ensued, doctors barking orders, machines whirring. Alex stood frozen, staring at Sarah, who avoided his gaze. As they stabilized Elena, Alex pulled Sarah into the hallway. "Explain. Now." Tears welled in her eyes. "It's not what you think. I was just trying to help her sleep. She's in so much pain." But Alex wasn't buying it. He demanded the truth, and as they sat in the waiting room, the story unraveled like a thread from a frayed sweater. It started small. Elena's constant criticisms had worn Sarah down over the years. "She calls me lazy because I work," Sarah confessed, her voice breaking. "She says I'm not good enough for you or the kids." And then, the will. Alex's stomach dropped. Elena had recently updated her will, leaving a significant inheritance to Alex and the grandchildren, but with stipulations that Sarah found insulting, like requiring marriage counseling if they ever separated. Sarah felt sidelined, like an outsider in her own family. Worse, Elena's illness had strained their marriage. Alex spent every free moment at the hospital or worrying about his mom, leaving Sarah to handle the kids alone. Resentment built until Sarah snapped. "I didn't mean to hurt her," she sobbed. "I just increased the sedative a bit. To make her rest." But it got out of hand. Alex felt a storm of emotions: betrayal, anger, heartbreak. How could the woman he loved do this? He called the police, but they classified it as a medical mishap since no permanent harm was done yet. Elena stabilized, but the damage to their family was profound. In the days that followed, Alex grappled with the fallout. He moved out temporarily, staying with a friend, while Sarah took time off work to reflect. The kids, sensing the tension, asked endless questions. "Why is Daddy mad at Mommy?" Little Emma, their 6-year-old, whimpered. Alex's heart ached. He visited Elena daily, holding her hand as she recovered. "Son, what's going on?" she asked one evening, her voice frail but probing. Alex hesitated, then poured out the truth. Elena's eyes widened, then softened. "Oh, Alex. I never meant to drive a wedge. Sarah's a good woman, I've been too hard on her." This revelation hit Alex hard. Elena admitted her own flaws. Her grief over losing her husband 5 years ago had made her clingy and judgmental. "I was afraid of being alone," she said. "Pushing Sarah away was my way of holding on to you." Alex realized the cycle: pain breeding more pain. He arranged a family meeting, mediated by a therapist. Sarah arrived nervous, Elena propped up in her bed. The air was thick with unspoken words. Sarah spoke first. "Elena, I'm sorry. For everything. I let my hurt turn into something ugly." Elena reached out, taking Sarah's hand. "And I'm sorry for making you feel unwelcome. Your family, dear. Let's start over." Tears flowed freely. Alex watched, his own eyes misty, as the two women shared stories: Elena's immigration hardships, Sarah's struggles with infertility before the kids. Understanding bloomed like those sunflowers Alex had dropped. But challenges lingered. Elena's health declined again, the disease flared, requiring experimental treatment. Sarah, redeemed, stepped up genuinely this time, researching options and advocating with doctors. Alex supported them both, rebuilding trust with Sarah through counseling. One night, as Elena faced a risky procedure, the family gathered. "If I don't make it," Elena whispered, "know that I love you all." The surgery succeeded, but it was touch and go. In the recovery room, Sarah held Elena's hand, whispering encouragements. Alex saw the change: true care, not obligation. Months passed. Elena improved enough to go home, where Sarah helped set up a comfortable space. The kids thrived, drawing pictures for Nana. Alex and Sarah renewed their vows in a quiet ceremony, vowing to communicate openly. The inheritance? Elena revised it, ensuring Sarah felt included. Looking back, Alex marveled at how close they'd come to losing everything. The story wasn't just about danger, it was about hidden wounds and the courage to heal them. Family isn't perfect, it's messy, emotional, and worth fighting for. If this tale touched your heart, remember, forgiveness isn't weakness, it's the ultimate strength. Like and subscribe for more stories that inspire you to cherish your loved ones. What's your take? Share in the comments below. Have you ever faced a family betrayal that led to healing? As the seasons changed, Alex found himself reflecting deeper on the events that had unfolded. It wasn't just a single moment of crisis, it was a culmination of years of unspoken grievances. Elena, born in a small village in Italy, had immigrated to America as a young woman, chasing dreams of a better life. She worked tirelessly in a factory, saving every penny to give Alex opportunities she never had. Her husband, Marco, was her rock until cancer took him too soon. In her loneliness, Elena had projected her fears onto Sarah, seeing her independence as a threat rather than a strength. Sarah, on the other hand, grew up in a broken home, with parents who divorced bitterly when she was 10. She vowed to create a stable family, but Elena's barbs reopened old wounds. "You're just like my mother," Sarah had once thought, though she never said it aloud. Nursing became her calling because it gave her control in a chaotic world. Helping others heal when she couldn't fix her past. But with Elena, that control slipped, leading to the fateful decision at the fore. The therapist they saw, Dr. Ramirez, was a godsend. In sessions, they peeled back layers. "Resentment is like poison," she said. "It harms the holder more than the target." Alex learned to listen without defending, Sarah to voice her needs, Elena to let go. One exercise involved writing letters, unsent at first, then shared. Elena's letter to Sarah was poignant. "I see now how my words cut you. You are the daughter I never had, and I'm grateful for the love you bring to my son." The kids played a crucial role too. Tommy, their 8-year-old, drew a family tree that included everyone, even the dog. "We're all connected," he said innocently. It reminded them of the bigger picture. Challenges came in waves. Elena's flare-ups required hospital readmissions, testing their resolve. Once, during a storm, power outage at home left Sarah managing Elena's oxygen machine manually while Alex was stuck at work. She handled it flawlessly, earning Elena's quiet admiration. Socially, whispers spread. Friends knew something had happened, but the family kept details private. "It's our story," Alex said. Rebuilding trust with Sarah was the hardest. Nights were spent talking, crying, laughing over old photos. "I almost lost you," Alex admitted. Sarah replied, "But you didn't. We're stronger now." Elena's recovery inspired community involvement. She started a support group for autoimmune patients, with Sarah volunteering as a medical advisor. Alex coded an app to track symptoms, turning pain into purpose. The Inheritance, once a flashpoint, funded scholarships for immigrant families, Elena's legacy. Years later, at Emma's wedding, Elena toasted, "Life tests us, but love endures." Alex held Sarah's hand, grateful for the journey. The danger that once loomed had forged unbreakable bonds. If this epic tale of family turmoil and triumph moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Stories like this remind us, in the face of betrayal, choose healing. What's your family story? Drop it in the comments, we'd love to hear. But let's dive even deeper into the emotional layers that made this story so raw. Flash back to the moment Alex confronted Sarah in the hospital hallway. His voice was a whisper shout, mindful of the thin walls. "How could you? She's my mother." Sarah collapsed into a chair, burying her face in her hands. "I don't know, Alex. I just," snapped. "Every time she criticizes me, it feels like I'm failing you." It was the first time Sarah admitted her insecurities aloud. Alex, torn between loyalty to his mom and love for his wife, felt like he was being ripped in two. The police investigation was brief but humiliating. Sarah cooperated fully, explaining it as a momentary lapse in judgment due to stress. No charges were filed, but the hospital banned her from Elena's care. Alex hired a professional nurse, dipping into savings. Financial strain added another layer, bills piled up, forcing overtime. "We're in this together," Sarah said, picking up extra shifts despite the emotional toll. Elena's perspective shifted during her recovery. Alone in her room, she replayed memories. "I was wrong," she told Alex. "Sarah's strength is what our family needs." A pivotal moment came when Sarah sneaked in flowers anonymously, lilies, Elena's second favorite. Elena knew it was her. "Tell her thank you," she said. Counseling sessions were intense. Dr. Ramirez used role-playing, Alex as Sarah, feeling undervalued, Sarah as Elena, fearing abandonment. Laughter broke through tears, healing cracks. The kids attended family days, learning about emotions. "It's okay to be mad," Tommy said, "but talk about it." A major challenge was the holidays. Thanksgiving loomed, traditionally at Elena's. Alex suggested neutral ground, a restaurant. Tensions eased over turkey, stories shared. Christmas brought gifts. Sarah gave Elena a photo album of the grandkids, Elena gave Sarah a heirloom necklace. "Welcome, truly," Elena said. Elena's health plateaued, but flares persisted. One night, she collapsed at home. Sarah, nearby, called 911 and performed CPR. "You saved me," Elena gasped later. That act sealed forgiveness. The family traveled to Italy, fulfilling Elena's dream. Amid ancient ruins, they bonded. Alex proposed a vow renewal there, under olive trees. "Through danger and doubt, we choose each other," he said. Back home, life normalized with deeper appreciation. Alex quit his high-stress job for balance. Sarah pursued advanced nursing certification. Elena wrote a memoir, dedicating it to them. The inspiring message? Danger reveals truths, but love transforms them. Families aren't born perfect, they're built through trials. If this resonates, like and subscribe for more. Your support keeps these stories coming. Expanding on the resolutions, let's explore how each character grew. Alex learned vulnerability. He started a men's group for caregivers, sharing his story anonymously. Betrayal hurts, but understanding heals, he advised. Sarah channeled guilt into advocacy, speaking at nursing conferences about burnout. "I almost crossed a line. Don't let stress win." Her relationship with Elena blossomed. They cooked Italian recipes together, laughing over mishaps. Elena embraced change, volunteering at a senior center. "Age doesn't mean wisdom if you're not open," she quipped. The kids idolized her tales, bridging generations. A final twist, years on, when Sarah faced her own health scare, a benign tumor, Elena was her rock. "Turnabout is fair play," Elena joked, holding her hand through surgery. In the end, the hospital incident wasn't a scar but a badge of resilience. It taught them, face dangers head-on, communicate fiercely, love unconditionally. Thank you for joining this emotional journey. If it inspired you, hit like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Remember, every family has a story, make yours one of strength.